解说不太专业，声音有些猥琐，节操为你而调，祝你那销魂的一下。大家好，欢迎收看由罗德为你带来的游戏视频解说。啊，等会儿啊，我稍微调整一下。呀，我操！算了，不直播了啊，播不了。我在中国没办法的嘛。哎，妈的，又点下去。那既然这样，我们就纯录播嘛，纯录播，我去把这个调到美国去了，这样我们把清晰度可以调高一点。
The framework of the normal attacking strategy we see lately on Himmelsdorf. However, Navi have to know.
就现在，他们这全都在山上啊！啊，这个我调节点了，你们等一下。啊，调好。哎呦我操！下面那些太烦了。好。我觉得我可以把声音调大一点。
This puts Hellraisers in a bit of a risky position. If they're spotted up on the hill and Navi realize, okay, boys, most of their forces up there, Navi will hold Hellraisers off and go for a cap, or they will go for overmatch.
这现在就在西城这张地图上，他们不知道从什么时候开始开发了一个很奇怪的一个套路，就是从山上这样下去，然后把里面给卡住。但是这个战术它的局限性就是你必须偷偷的先进去。呀，这翻车了，拱他一下。妈的，拱不回来怎么办？哎，你们玩的是不是？但是有人是把一个什么车停在前面当尸体来用了，但是啊！哎呀，这
because actually at the season finals, Navi did this. Navi did this against NSS a little bit. And, I didn't expect them to come up with something slightly more cheeky than that. But yeah.
啊！我操！我操你妈的黄色老司机！
And yeah, maybe Hellraiser thought about it. This is the thing.
We're getting more MLG by the day.
哎，不这几个意思吗？
Anyway, Monty now having spotted that kill lord actually kind of brings the rest of Hellraisers along to the party as well.
你这玩个蛋啊！你小车你敢下来吗？
They only need 25 seconds and Navi will.
哦，要刚！
They really need to push down.
妈的，大家伙来了。
The problem is that the rest of Navi have turned their guns like, "Hello, boys."
哎，他那个100，那你有种把菊花再堵个人，那就无敌了好吗？
Tank on its side.
他只有用 H1往里面崩了。
I don't know actually, but there Negi got hammered there as well. Look at the.
你看他后面，关键他后面还有人啊。
So hard to break.
不光是那个100啊，这个100就想好的，我就是个掩体。
To be honest, they're not doing particularly good job of actually.
但你那个没意义啊！你不用把它夹成那么窄，你其实也可以的呀。
Teammate and the cap now we did get reset mildly there as well. We need to see Hellraisers start to load high explosive ammo and just try and splash damage on towards him. But Nesquik and near you were getting wrecked by that setup there of Navi. Sorry, of Navi. Yeah.
他如果就在平地上，他还能出来打一打。你这个没好，这都被刚成残血了，他也不敢进。
And now Hellraisers are kind of stuck on this hill. They can't interact with the cap, so they're running
这边也是反呐。
to defend, and the rest of the cavalry is slightly delayed.
我操，这个毛会玩这一招啊，被他们是都居然发展到这种程度了。没想到啊，没想到。
The standard positions in this map don't involve that. They involve the Waffentraggers sending a backtrack quickly through to get the first reset. So they've just been absolutely creamed down that hill.
调整一下我的耳机。
Navi holding fast, but
啊，这边是哎呀
gets cancelled.
我觉得亏了。那25T 就要被毙了。好了呀，你这个拼不过了。这人家可以直接出来给你刚了。哎，你把15收了就收了嘛，你还能怎么样？对不对？这你还想干得过吗？你没弹了，没弹了，我追出来刚死你！妈的，不愧是黄色老司机！哎呦，我靠，这后面还标明他们每个人是什么打的什么车？妈的，黄色老司机有点溜啊！
But I think we'll be seeing more of that kind of thing as we do progress through the Grand Finals 2016, and it makes sense. I mean, at the end of the day, the biggest problem with that tactic pre 9.14 was the fact that you could get reset if the other team just committed to it. You know, they said, screw it, I'll receive the 750 damage from the T113 and then get the reset. With that tactic with the E100, you can't get reset anymore. And if you do, it still doesn't matter because you're still going to be taking that cap down. And
他就说这个你没办法把它 reset 啊，没办法打断他的战旗。
So good stuff from Navi, great stuff.
但其实我觉得你要这样的话，那你直接把100就更狠过来好了。那这样的话，1390到时候你实在，因为你这样，如果你后面没刚得住的话，你1390还是要被揍的呀。那他得还手啊，但他可能是想的，我对后面那帮黑枪的人有信心，所以说他就不担心这个。也有可能是这种啊，也有可能是这种。这就说不清楚了。
Want to join me on stage? I can just jump in the back. I'll get a jacuzzi. You can come too as well, I guess.
It's a world of tanks, man. There's no ladies in this game. Come on.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying. We have. Yes. Anyway. So okay, here we've really drilled that one home for you guys there as well. You can't even. Can you even really splash onto that position?
Yeah, you can. But the problem is, you have to sit there and load HE, and you've got like an FV's 005, 150 average. And you know, also can use Hesh with 1750, and you got other tanks that's sitting behind, so you're going to get absolutely wrecked. As I said, you need to be having like a strong tank, like maybe a 113 of your own, or a T110E5, maybe an FE215V. We could also.
我想作个死，我出来再开一下流式。
Just got wrecked. The Waffentraggers.
我开了。
Got completely cancelled out because anyone hit them, even I don't know, the kills are good hit a Waffen.
这我连的是美国的线路。
It's an interesting tactic.
这个流不能推，不能推，不能推。
It kind of makes the attacking side on Himmelsdorf pretty hard to beat if you just go for that one. And honestly, it makes it more of a gamble. If you want to win against that tactic, you got to gamble.
Yeah, and we obviously saw a bit of struggle there as well for Hellraisers to really do damage in general. I mean, the Anatolian, the 110E3 as well, he was very much just a cornerstone piece here as well, sitting hold down on the corner, but solid damage coming in as well. No one could peek that. Strake as well, he came up to assist, of course, after the first tank accompanying the 1390 went down the list as well. Wgl didn't really need to use his gun. Could he have just gotten rid of it and got his tank to that location quicker? But still, we just see Montiablo as well struggling with damage. I mean, look, this is it. This is not just a strong strategy from Navi, but also Hellraisers not finding favourable trades, not finding positions where they can get damage and actually gamble that they can either bounce a shot or avoid it.
感觉 YouTube 的直播看着要比那个Twitch 要流畅一点。
I mean, Hellraisers tried himself on the hill. Good idea in theory, but as we kind of predicted, they were just held there and kept isolated from the rest of their team.
Yeah, I didn't really get that from Hellraisers. Maybe they thought that Navi would actually push all the way down into the cap. And you know, the thing is, at the end of the day, there's been like almost a month since the season finals for WRU, and Hellraisers obviously didn't play in that, so they have a week more than Navi to train. So it's pretty obvious to me that Hellraisers knew that tactic could be performed. They were trained against Navi, obviously the top two teams in the world. So yeah, perhaps not too surprising. I think Hellraisers now have a chance on the attack. They haven't gone for that kind of lineup, so they won't be going for the same tactic. I think they'll be playing more of a standard kind of Himmelsdorf, going for the spots with the back chat.
Yeah, not a very heavy lineup at all. Maybe just going in for some sort of fight or maybe some vintage.
可是那场绝壁被打得很郁闷啊！你妈的什么个鬼嘛？为什么会遇到这种？报告队长，对面有变态。
So sick. And Wgl as well, pretty much.
他这个圈应该是那个他们 OB 身上装的，这个职业玩家不可能装这些的。因为他比赛不让用，你平时用惯了，你那个一弄，妈就变成傻逼了。
No, I don't think they are. Looking at the lineup, it wouldn't make sense for Hellraisers to really push on the hill. They have an E100 to be able to play the positional game. They have any hold down tank to be able to hold down B line. So a hill play would always be a gamble from Hellraisers, and at the end of the day, Navi still have the team can sit down and A4, B4. So I think for Hellraisers, I mean, they're just trying to get some early spots out, see if Navi are going to go aggressive at the beginning. You can see the Waffentrager headed down towards the banana, the
现在你看 Navi 的防御主要是集中在地图左侧。
Get some cross shots out, get the FE215.
你看这些位置，都职业玩家都找得很好。
They've only actually spotted that back chat, and of course that was the tank that was just going for that early spot.
And what Aspire is actually doing is he can look through that building. There's a small break, or I guess, or an opening inside some of the wood planks and stuff that have fallen down. So he's got a very, very, very slim little opening where he can fire to the whole of the G line. So he himself can keep Navi at bay for the most part here, and Monty again just pushing those physics to the limit. Not spotting anything here, interestingly enough. Now, normally you might see a Batchat sitting up on the corner of C8.
哎妈的！我刚想把衣服披上，我都觉得衣服穿反了。
You've got to say, all right, boys. They probably know that we're not going for the standard zero line push because of our lineup.
这边也是在看他们这边有些什么人。
So where do they go otherwise? Where would they set up? Maybe
打到现在2比3，其实纳维这边领先也并不太多。之前2场没看到，那2、3场。打到2比3，我操，那5场了。
Enjoy that. We only get to see the E1.
但之前4场没看到，所以现在也是不清楚他们到底是个什么实力。
Pixel peak there for Inspire. It's pretty common. It's very well known.
但其实平时
it's just a hole down that line. The amount of information you get is pretty filthy, actually. From
去翻他们视频来看的话，其实这两个队都不弱。2比3，那说明实力也是有些接近的。
I mean, like 99.99999% of players don't actually realize that you can get shot through that building.
不，他看那个专门给搞的，横过去那个。 我就跪了。
But hasn't really done too much since then.
好，蹲茅坑。
The 113 here hasn't been spotted, but to be honest, there's only 2 positions he's been in, and C3 or A.
打一枪，漂亮。它里面穿出来其实很容易，但外面想打进去有点难，因为它你看，刚才看见里面那些结构非常复杂。他在这边，他可能瞄个好位置出去，但你远处，那你又没有放大镜，而且就算有又怎么样？隔得太远了，你没办法控制你那个，就你越远，你炮弹可能会越偏啊。这个是太远了，你控制不了的，你没办法保证你隔得很远。 你能打中他裤裆啊，或者怎样，这是没人可以保证的。现在这边想了一下，你搁上山算了。
You can, but I mean, the end of the day,
Navi have a 183, so you're gonna get splashed.
但是你这
and well, to be honest, Navi doesn't have an IS4. You know, they don't have.
我跟你讲，这个地图其实对于两边来讲有一个关键。对于在上面出生点的这个地线是个关键，对于在下面出生点的蓟线是个关键。 这2根线往往能够决定这场比赛的胜负。你看，他们现在全部都上山。如果说是想从那边下去，那一旦Navi那边抢到地线，可以形成一个包夹。对吧？你看现在他裁判打框那些地方嘛，你可以抢占啊，我可以让你占，但是我拿到地线，给你多点开花，你能怎么样？
towards Hellraisers, where the highest percentage.
对吧？那你拿他一点办法都没有。
Seem to be super set in their ways. They don't even seem to be really confident about their approach in this one. They're just trying to play it safe, play it careful, and get themselves the ideal engagements. And you can see on the mini-map where Navi are mostly spread out on that western side of the map. They're not really sure either what Hellraisers are doing, but they have an idea. They expect they're on the hill because, of course, they got that FE watching that G line. They'd know if there was someone trying to push.
打算要下去啊，背后还是放了个查他在看。 正面139赢，他觉得是做了充分的这个侦查。
At the end of the day, Navi just has to let this time go down to 0, and they will win the game. And anyway, as they're on the defensive side, and we do see Hellraisers now pushing with the FE215Bs. You'll probably see them now first shell does come out. Pretty low roll.
报告队长。
roll there from the
出现2个红色基佬。
Yeah, he's set up in a great spot. He knows.
这个Navi这边各种微调啊，各种躲。
Now no longer spotted.
知道你要过来，你来。
Tank destroyers can't spot very well themselves. They normally rely on information gained by other scout tanks here. So Appleway now being lit. Has to be a little bit careful with that shot. Actually, from Rhino is going to go in.
E3那炮是
and again another one missing. So this is Hellraisers getting away with this. Pretty much getting away with murder now, getting themselves onto the 8 line, taking a
你看人家在正面人一堆，
now they can set up
他就只有往这边憋，但是哎我靠，
approximately square
你就等于把地线给让给别人了。
From both sides, I guess, of a building and try and get some sort of pincer or overmatch. But Hellraisers, they've gotten past their first hurdle. They're off the hill.
哎，但现在其实对面你看他的兵力这个，那我觉得兵力也挺集中的。你要想在哪个点去打呢？
Exactly, I think Navi.
只有现在你看他13Navi那边 边1390跟2577车在外面。然后我靠！而且也分了2个担架车出去啊，等于外面还要打野战啊，还要打野战。就是在这个非常老的这个位置来卡住。这个215B 这便宜占的太多了。
Again, they're going to be watching in case Navi try and wrap around them, get control of Navi Vs Hr or try and.
他们外面留人，可能是为了就防御对面，在我们刚对面的时候，又往后面来搞，然后可能这个战术就演化成了两边都在外面这个留那么1、2个人了。好，打野战。
2 left after that little engagement. Now Hellraisers know, okay, this is Navi's smaller arm, this is their flanking arm, this is where they're set up. Can we still fight? Now we know what they don't have in the north. Looks like they're going to do it anyway here as well. So there's engagement.
这个一旦地线站住了，那西线那边的人就等于是被两面包夹，后果就很严重了。
Some splash damage on towards him around the corner, but behind him is Appleway and Lolvo as well. They're going to punish whoever pushes around and tries to actually get in space and guarantee themselves some damage to reset.
And Griffin and Nesqui really need to find a good angle onto these two, because at the end of the day, they're 2 tier 10s and there's a tier 8 there keeping them at bay.
但其实这个占领也并不是无敌的。对面如果有意的准备几发 HE， 那很容易被打断。他不求打死你，但是打断是没问题的。
And the thing there for Hellraisers was just these 2 tanks. I mean, they're just providing support to the batch at the MX-3090. Cap underway, and actually Navi might just push around the corner and try and go for an overmatch.
They have to. I think Hellraisers have finally set up a situation where
那个查查被打残掉了。
force Navi to make a move.
现在查查跟1390都知道，哎呦，都憋在这里是几个意思啊
？They're gonna be bringing the big guns. We've got the 110E3 as well.
干嘛？
He's reloaded. He's ready to go.
我靠，要刚
！Hellraisers almost smell this out.
啊，那边怕了。
Back away. Nesqui already in Strike being locked in a death stance over on that western side of the map. There's only a minute 20 here, and Hellraisers are running out of time and options.
这是两线都在作战。
So Strike a good bit of damage there, and actually they're pushing through a lot of damage going.
这边又想出来，然后白云开始狂喷，漂亮！这还有2颗，你来呀！着火啊！挂了。好 ，PVP， 哎呀！我刚说他要死，他怎么就活了？而且关键那个叉叉，哎，2个都没弹。 啊，西吧。好，顶住搞，漂亮。他这个守的有点好，但是双方现在血量其实挺接近的，看上面的话。哎，你来。哎，巨快枪，漂亮。 撞你一下，但其实撞不了多少血。这个没救了呀！这现在差距那么大了。他外面野战没打得过。
Literally, it hit so hard. One of the highest alpha damages in the game, of course, and Hellraisers can't stand up to that kind of defense. Navi are going to put themselves comfortably ahead of this series, and Oliver, they're going to put themselves.
不然那帮人过来，那我这边不会打那么顺。
It does turn out that way with a pretty comfortable.
好像那个比赛是 BO9的。
I mean, they had that really good attacking round. Was definitely the most important round for them. Defensively,
不愧是黄色老司机。
At the end of the day, I think Hellraisers, once they've seen Strike push forwards with the Batchat, Griffin should have just pushed in with Nesqui. They should have just gone for the pounce. The MX-3090 wouldn't be able to do a lot against those 2 tier 10s, and Strike would have fallen. Because later on, those 2 tanks actually are engaged on, but it's too late. You know, there's 2 tier 10s versus a tier 8 and a tier 10, and then they get sandwiched once they do get taken down. They actually lose that 2-on-2. Unbelievable stuff. And Navi with the FE215B183 and the rest of the Waffentragers, easy push around and easy win.
Hellraisers, I mean, they took their sweet time in that last round as well. When they pulled off the cap the first time, as Monty was getting a bit nervous, they had about a minute 20 left. Now, what's the fix for them here as well? If we could go back in time, did they not leave themselves enough time? Is there another way that they could have approached that? Maybe for a higher percentage?
我打算换个体位。
Tilt at winning the game here, because it seems like the kind of they start off this cap which looked good, but they seem to be so preoccupied by the threat to the south and the west. The extra tanks that Navi had split off.
哥要躺着看呀。
Yeah, and I think the cap is always a hard, factor in this map. I think the AMX 1390 being in that position is more just.
他为什么又跑到外面去了
Because the Apple had a bit of a beast of a round. 3,100 damage, slide up there as well. He only had a couple of shots, and to be honest, that last 1.5k wouldn't have made a massive difference in the game. So he's technically a little bit lower than that, in my opinion in terms of the importance and the role he played in that round. But yeah, I mean, solid defensive round for Navi. They played logically. They made sure that they provided crossfire, and that's a classic tactic for Navi. They always provide crossfire for each other. There's no one ever in a position where they're unsafe, unsupported, or very rarely at least.
Looking pretty done.
妈的，我觉得以后可以在床上直播。
However, Nesquik and Nuclear kind of were.
那我躺下估计就再也不想起来了，因为躺着确实他妈的舒服呀。
I guess well the writing's on the wall now, Oliver. It is going to be match point for Navi, and this next map will be very, very important, I guess, if Hellraisers really want to. I mean, they'd love to.
他说这个地图
with the winner.
非常的重要。
Gonna have to take it to a tiebreaker to even get.
什么地图嘛？拿出来看看。
Looking very likely here, and Navi have been playing. With the minor hiccup, of course, we did see. In the first map, quite strong.
Yeah, the funny thing about this game is that this could be the last time we see these two play against each other until like the third, fourth place match, or even the finals. We get to see them at the start, and we might even get to see them at the end. So it could. It's
a great way to set everyone's expectations at a certain level.
Yeah, but everyone else is thinking the same at home. But to be honest, I mean, they look pretty strong, both these two teams. Nothing unbeatable. I think there's probably like 3 or 4 other teams that can also contest them quite well, and of course the North Americans also can do some damage here. They have a slight issue compared to the rest of them, is that they have a different format in the WGLA that can cause them problems. 4 rounds.
但是 HR 这边肯定也很紧张啊。
Rules in terms of the amount of tanks they can bring in around.
这连输几把了。
Actually might go against them. They've had some time to train.
本来说好的差距不大呢。 2比3给打成了2比4。 离旦差距拉开3场，其实队员的心理上这个压力就很大了。 Ghost Town,
the first absolutely symmetrical map, made especially versus 7 games. The teams start the battle on opposite sides. There are numerous ways to attack here. One of the bases is located in the central square, the other one at the top of the city.
有2个点。
The hardest battles are
废话，现在每个地方都是2个点。
And this calls for the use of heavy tanks.
这里面它有2个主攻方向，就如果去打城外面的那个点的话。 问题是在于，就是对面有没有火炮。对面有火炮，你在那里实际上是站不住的。但是如果说你去拿城中间那个点，反正有利有弊吧。他问题是什么？就是你其实必须得把那几个口都卡住，否则对面一旦刚进来，那你会往后退嘛。他那个圈子并不是覆盖到里面整个建筑的，你其实不能实现像西城那样，我卡在建筑边缘，又卡在那个圈的边缘，这样来弄，那是不可能的。
You saw there, symmetrical, kind of gets unsymmetrized. That's the word. I don't know if that's the word. Maybe it's in Australia. You've got some
symmetricized.
Symmetricized.
Yeah,
let's just make up words. That's the first word.
双方压力都很大呀。
Well, there'll be more.
So far, there'll be a lot more. But yeah, I mean.
不要紧张，不要紧张，兄弟莫慌，抱紧我。好，又扣一下鼻屎，我操，加了个鼻屎 buff， 不得了。
I mean, it takes, for instance, if you're on the attack, it takes you shorter time to get there. That's why you.
妈的鼻屎，哎，狗怎么了
Also, they can go hold down. You got some pretty good positions where you can sit around and actually get the other team to go forwards into your defensive capping strategy.
So there you have it. I mean, again, we're going to see these teams. They are going to go in for the kill eventually, but the setup is going to be very, very important on this one. I'm saying important a heck of a lot, but that's really me just trying to drive the point home here. Ghost Town, been a new map this year. Been really, really good to see how these teams.
好，来了，开始了。
Specifically for esports, and I tell you what.
准备要刚了，看配置。好，都没火炮。但是双方的百运都有点多呀。 黄色老司机上了3个百运，那你们要干嘛嘛？
Not necessarily damage, but also just that annoying poking effect, which you see on start for Navi at the beginning, and same goes for Hellraisers.
So Left Shark going straight
妈的转角遇到爱
into this kind of fight, and unfortunately he's a little bit outmatched. However,
但是你这个追星确定不对了呀
Nuclear into a bit of a nasty situation. He will finally drop down. Nuclear gets back around the corner and saves.
妈的这边不刚死你我跟你讲
out of the fire, I guess. Takes about 816 damage, and that trade
简直耗子舔猫那啥
actually
没事找刺激但是妈的好像黄色老司机吃亏了
But now the fight continues.
哎怎么这就刚了嘛
really bring the It's going to be Kirillod falling.
妈的黄色老司机这一上来怎么就
not done yet. Inspira taking yet another
被搞得有点摸不着头脑呀
coming from Hellraisers who were in position to do
被打傻了我靠
too much in response. They got a great little crossfire going.
妈那边那两货绝逼想吃到这个啊你看吃了
good damage. They got great crossfire as you mentioned onto Navi. They pushed them down into
I
the
would
basement area. Right now does dispatch of Nesqui, but it's a short comparison, and you can see.
哎呀，都是因为一场转角遇到爱。
Actually, HP starting to go down. Right now finds another.
但你们看，Navi真的很强，在这种吃亏的情况下，都还能还给对面不少压力。
At this stage, it's going to be Applewell and Lolvo push around the corner. Is there a crossfire? Yes, but Rhino's on reload. He can't do a thing. And Atollich here has forced.
他想往后退，然后让白云来支援，但是哎，白云屁股后面被偷了，怎么办？白云现在只有出来刚了，妈的拼了！啊，但是马上就要死了，再撸一发，啊，嗝屁！哎呀，拿违规了！我靠 ，HR 这个又要扳回一分了吗？2比4，那这个扳回就是3比4。哎，你妈这种真咬得紧。
And actually saw kind of swing back into Navi's favor.
这怕什么？就一个白云啊，冲上去啪啪啪啪就行了嘛。
After that initial bit of damage onto Inspire and Kirillod, and right now is left to the Wolves.
漂亮。
Fall down. What an interesting round from the very first moment of Levshar uncovering a couple of those Hellraisers tanks
干得漂亮。
in the ensuing firefight. It really did seem like Hellraisers had a lot of control. Their Waffentraggers did so much damage earlier on, and Spyro got completely blown up there. I mean, Navi not looking maybe as cool, calm and collected as they had over the last few rounds, and they're just one round away from winning, yet Hellraisers keep themselves in it.
Yeah, the most interesting point there for me was we kind of said, okay, maybe Hellraiser's taking the bait, but it's actually the other way around. So the 35-second reload in the bat chat went forward, didn't have the reload in time to take down that RU-251.
Navi 这边跪了一把
Monty definitely makes the right decision to take down the RU-251 because it would have been a right pain and it would have been in the corner and you would have had to take care of it at some point in time. It would have been annoying to deal with.
那个没有商标的肯定是因为没给赞助费。
Maybe a little bit damage they received from behind, perhaps predicting that Hellraiser would just push around, but it wasn't. The Waffentraggers were just behind the RU-251 and Monty, and they just pushed around.
以前
absolutely smacked Inspire into the ground, and
高考的时候
game over. They received like 3,000 damage and no time.
因为有人会带水进去嘛，然后学校的政策是那种，就是说你把那个上面那个商标撕了，然后盖子换成它专门的那种白色的，什么都没有盖的盖子，你就可以带进去。
That's just not the kind of crossfire you ever want to be sat in the middle of. I can't think of one you would, to be fair. But again, Inspire doesn't last much longer either. There's still shots coming in from both sides.
但是想起来并没有什么卵用啊，对不对？
Get wrecked, but still. Look at the damage.
真正的作弊高手，妈的，你光是这个拦不住他的。
Get caught out of position.
Exactly, they're just absolute beasts. And then we see them actually going on reload. Navi's Waffentraggers get into the battle a little bit, and there's some issues there. But you can see Griffin, 3.2k, hits all his shells, easy as you like, even a couple more on top once he got the reload. Apoel there as well with the FU-215B, consistently good damage. That's what you want from that British tier 10.
等会儿应该还要打一把这个 Ghost 场啊，
quite often in these rounds,
双方要互换这个攻防位置。
obviously just doesn't do a lot of damage, especially when Hellraisers go aggressive. They went aggressive on what was it, the second map? I think they went aggressive on Ruinberg.
Yep.
Pushed in very effectively, and then they go aggressive on this one, kind of catch them out, go aggressive on mines, and it works well.
And just an update for you guys as well on the other stream. Kazakur and Tornado Rocks currently 4-3 in Tornado Rocks' favour, and they're midway through a map on mines here as well. So apparently Tornado as well got up onto the hill on mines from the south without using the middle. So hashtag new physics, hashtag get sideways.
Yeah, you can get boosted up. I mean, the thing is, boosting is definitely not as effective as it used to be. It's a lot easier to traverse steep edges. There's not like any clipping that happens. There's no. weird positions where you can get
这把肯定都打得保守了，不敢又冲那么快了。
A pretty steep incline.
等会要出事儿了。
You just use the momentum, the physics are a lot more realistic, and it does work well. So. Yeah, I mean, match point still for Navi, but that's just a fact of after going Himmelsdorf 2-2, we expected Navi to be the better team on Himmelsdorf. It's still going to be a close next round here on Ghost Town.
No doubt about it. We can see that there's a markedly higher success rate for Hellraisers when they go as a team, when they keep everyone in one place, just like we saw then, and they're able to fire out as a team. It seems to be something that works for them quite well. Let's jump in now as well. It's still match point. Navi still one round away from winning. Will be Hellraisers to take it to a tiebreaker. They're going to be attacking in the red.
Yeah, let's see if they can actually get the job done. And Hellraisers kind of on the back foot, but I think they can be effective in the next one. They look pretty strong in that first one. Wgl going for a little bit on the left side push down south, trying to find a bit of early information, gets themselves into some semi-bushes. Obviously, some bushes provide more camo than the others. Definitely, you can see in terms of the visual how thick they are.
这个人的表情好搞笑。刚才那个人是神情凝重。
They also have a batch that's out in a different position.
这个开始了，
pretty slow stuff from both teams at the start.
心里面肯定在这样想。
Yes, and you can see from the first-person view, some people like to just turn down their graphics and play pixel tanks. So.
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing with a calculator the first few years of your World of Tanks career, and then suddenly you're like getting thousands of dollars from the game, you buy a new PC, you're still going to be better on pixel.
That's right. You want to set it back to what your original settings are. We see a lot of guys playing window mode for the same reason as well. So, still on this one. Obviously, they're 10-minute rounds. Like the 7 we're used to see here, and so far it's a fairly slow approach for Hellraisers. I'll give them this. They vary the pace between rounds quite expertly, Hellraisers do. Sometimes slow as heck, sometimes super aggressive, and Lovo really embodying the former here as well. Just taking his sweet time as Shah's right in the back. He's just going to want to try and set up. Didn't really talk too much about tank picks here as well, but nothing crazy. We've got 2 RU251s, 215Bs for a lot of people as well. Pretty much the same lineups on both sides.
Yeah, both teams just going for a little bit.
你看，果然很谨慎。
Pretty hard for both teams to actually be able to get into.
为什么这边画风要鲜亮一些？看到。
So see if he goes for it. Does get spotted finally. Very crucial position where you can just poke out and take down.
被打了一发。
When his other team actually goes for the flank, then the rest of the team goes for a flank.
放到这边的果然要亮一些。那可能是他那个啊，不对呀，应该不是抓取的他的屏幕进程，应该专门 OB 的进程。
They have been kind of pushed into this position.
但你看两边这个明亮度确实不一样。
These early peaks.
Yeah, and these little corners, especially towards this bottom part of the slides, looking towards are very important. Off to the left of the screen, we often see teams play almost on 2 levels sometimes around the, I guess, the middle of the map. It's almost on its own platform. So you don't really want to commit too deep to the middle. There's so many different ways you can be shot, but these guys are setting up for definitely a big explosive finish here. It's one of those rounds you see both teams build into what I kind of call a critical mass, where they get in position, they set up, and then someone pulls a trigger. It doesn't matter what team it is, and then it's on for young and old. So we really see teams bring out the mechanics. Those expert brawling ability that we've seen for both these guys in the past is really going to be put to the test. Griffin now needs to be a little bit careful because he's backing up because he knows that he's at risk of being surrounded. Quite a few of these Navi tanks getting in position are being spotted. So despite shots not being fired, both teams definitely keeping tabs on one another. Strake as well. He's way back in the bottom. Just in a position to get those flanking shots as well, especially if we're going to see Hellraisers use the southern road as well. He's going to be in a great spot to punish them pretty much safely.
Here on Ghost Town, where the 2 teams kind of shimmy up against each other, kind of position, get very close, and just kind of just push around the corner. They go for those overmatches and see if that happens. It doesn't look like it's going to.
双方都打得好保守，好，哎呀！
But where's the responsibility from Hellraisers? There it is, near you.
我操！我怎么感觉黄色老司机？你不能再这样浪了。再浪就没救了，我跟你讲。
Having lost 2, Griffin trying to hold his own there. He's got 2 2 shots. That's enough to kill Kirillod, and that's why he's backing up slightly, letting Anatoly
我的老司机，你不要冲动。
towards the front of them. So Kirillod has to stay alive. Keeping that gun in the game is very, very important. One health tank can still kill a full health tank if you play it right. Now Rhino starting to respond to this. This is a very close one. This is going to be a drawn-out brawl, but Monty's getting chunked down. Great shot by Strike though as well. He gets rid of Monty in the north side. Nuclear as well is looking quite low. And now here comes the renewed engagement. The second line.
你看，他想打那个白云，但是没打到。
He can actually go pretty low here. Lovu also with a lot of HP.
And Anatoly now just trying to stand in front.
哎呀，你妈你有谁你就打谁嘛，你非要想打那个，你路飞2发了。
And he does, but there's not really enough from Navi in the last few seconds. However, there were already an advantage.
这里白云只有2颗，压1颗。但这个人不知道他有几颗。菊花一下，好，配合队友把他干掉。妈的，Navi这个又吃药了啊！对面只剩一个查理恩，好漂亮，收掉。哎，你一局我一局啊，这个。
I think they were a lot more solid than Hellraisers in a lot of those.
这拉开2局差距了。
Mistake there was that Hellraisers.
啊，这 BO 几的呀？是 BO 7的。他们就站起来，那 BO 7就是谁拿到5局谁赢啊。
Straight just pushed around with the back chat, got a lot of damage onto that Waffentrager, took it down no problem at all, and then moved on to the rest.
BO 9就是要拿7啊，这个 BO 7是拿5。
Only got a couple of shots off, so
双方都收东西了吗
？Just simply not enough. They simply played well. I mean. Two city maps, 2 convincing wins for 3 Navi, and they've done probably the hardest match here on the group stages for them.
I think so. With that one out of the way, there'll definitely be relief towards the rest of the tournament, and a big win, of course, for them. Obviously, our CIS champions. And it's funny. It seems when Navi get to dictate the flow of the game, or at least the pace of the game, they seem to be a lot more comfortable. You see a couple rounds that Hellraisers have picked up. I'd say 2 out of their 3-1 rounds.
看来Navi 这边是赢了。
Super aggressive fight, Solly, and
那应该是 BO 7的。
See them be going ahead now as well. Hellraisers couldn't quite get the chaotic environment they wanted.
Yeah, they were definitely a little bit too aggressive in some of those rounds. I think they probably would have been a bit more successful if they'd, you know, got a couple of rounds on mines. I think both those rounds should have been Hellraisers, and after mines they were kind of playing on borrowed time, especially Himmelsdorf. And yeah, a little bit unfortunate for Hellraisers, but Navi got it done.
心里面好不爽，但是被强队打败。
Play Goldbass next, and
输了也没什么怨言。
Different kind of match, I think, as well.
而且他们还能赢3把。
Again, you know, we said at the start of the game, there's a lot that changes about your play when you
说明也是有一定实力的。
know what your opponents play like. You played against them before. Goldbash is going to be a complete wild card thrown in. I've seen them do some pretty insane stuff, especially on Ruinberg as well. They like the cheese. We saw them try for the pen to wall in strap. But anyway, we might get to that one a little bit later on. For now, we're going to go past to the stage with Sean and an interview.
Thank you so much, Mitch. I am joined by Dima. Dima, first match of the day is already.
这个不知道他是要说啥。
It was very tough because Hellraisers are a very strong team, and it was very important for us.
说的还是赢啊，那个是个强队啊，对我们很重要。
We will meet them tomorrow, I think.
我们会明天跟他们见面。
Already for tomorrow. How will the rest of your day be today? What's going on with you and the team? How are you guys feeling here at the grand finals?
你们这个队伍感觉好吗？你们怎么休息的？
So we are always happy to be here, to be the part of this big celebration. It's good.
我到这里非常高兴啊！这场战斗这个那什么妈的那个词老都忘什么意思。
Always doing a fantastic job and immediately taking down Hellraisers. Got to feel good. Let's hear what the analysts have to say.
Thank you, Sean. Congratulations, Navi. Probably the toughest.
他说这个恭喜 Navi 啊。
And they won, but not so easily. I think Hellraisers definitely gave them a run for the money. Let's talk about that first matchup on Ruinberg, gentlemen. What went right? What went wrong for Navi and Hellraisers?
他这个我们讨论一下 Navi 他们哪些做的好的，哪些做的不好的。
We don't have to say that again. Then we saw Navi in attack, and Navi tried to use some kind of a ruse. They pushed some tanks in right cap, and they prepared the others for ambush. Their plan was from the start to make kind of a pincer when Hellraisers are attracted to the heavies that are faking the cap, to just push over the road and join forces and fight them from another side. But Hellraisers used the advantage of the map. They controlled the center strongly. They left only one guy behind who died on the other side, and they just counter-pushed Navi, killed them from the back one by one, and that was just expected. 1-1 on that map, everyone took their defense.
Yeah, it was 1-1. We saw that strong defense.
你看，这开始在点评他们打的时候，这前面两场两三场我没看到。
The map as they were able to cruise around and get some. Those behind shots, or those punishing shots, as I like to say. But Dead Zone, was there anything really surprising when it came to Ruinberg?
Nothing special. I think Navi was more testing the waters. What can Hellraisers do? They did that correctly. They checked, oh, Hellraisers can actually do something. They're up to level. They got some tougher later games also. They played some interesting stuff actually. The most interesting being the Himmelsdorf when they flipped the tank.
他说他们这个干了个在戏上面干了个非常有趣的事情，就是把那个坦克立过来。
And on mines we saw some super high level aggression, especially from Killeroid, and also his survivability moving down past the hill on mines and continuing the engagement against those takes. Is that something that we typically see from Killeroid and the rest of Navi with this type of aggression in comparison to what we saw their performance on mines in the last 2 seasons?
This was a really huge damage. He did almost, I think, 4.8k damage with that tank. It's 113. It's like really a brawler tank. If you purpose, it goes up close and personal. Not very accurate at distance, but huge alpha up close. And it's the heavy tank that's actually used to fight against mediums because it reloads fast. It has some armor and more HP than any of them, and speed to keep up, like almost 50 kilometers per hour. So yeah, he used it in the best way. They managed to even split the fight in 2 spots, and they won them both eventually. It was really close. Everyone was low HP, but you could see them maneuver on minimal space against Hellraisers, and that's what we were talking before the game. Hellraisers are a great team. Yeah, I think we will see them definitely tomorrow, but in these clutch moments, Navi is just this a little better, and it wins them the games.
Let's take a look at that flip that happened on Himmelsdorf. I know you gentlemen were going a little bit crazy watching the new physics that are available in World of Tanks, but you gotta really hand it to Navi.
怎么会想到这？不，在这里做文章的队伍不少，什么前面卡个人，就有弄个251尸体113再进行卖头，也有直接一个50-100这个大尸体横在这儿啊，也有，然后马上拿去搞了个这个，我操！
No, actually, Hellraiser.
他这里实际上问题是什么？就是说你一定得要有办法是，你后面要有火力，能够阻止前面的人过来强行打断，否则你这个做的不好的话，他们还是能够强行断的。之前前面不管是弄个小掩体，还是完全堵死，其实都不能完全解决这个问题，因为你有掩体的时候，其实也会限制你开火。但是他这个办法的话，是把这个解决的比较好，而且后面的队员这个黑枪也是做的比较给力。
And the E3, so
你看后面，因为当时那两人都变成残血嘛，不然的话，他们还是会拱过来。
It was Navi that secured the victory. Congratulations to them, but both of these teams will continue the fight in today and tomorrow's matches. Let's take a look at our groups right now. Still getting some more scores coming.
现在有4个组啊。
Was able to take out Kazna Crew in their first matchup, and then in Group C we see Navi take down Hellraisers. We'll see more of these matches.
Navi 跟那个 H 打完那这个就剩下。
Versus NSS. Do not go away. The grand finals continue.
这下一把是谁跟谁 ？NSS 是吧？啊，我们等着下一把吧。啊，这个现在是有人在问为什么不用片头了？其实非常简单因为呢视频广告太长了嘛，再给大家看片头，那玩家就要抓狂了。 目前我的视频已经登录了搜狐、优酷、爱奇艺、土豆，其他地方如果你能看到的话，那差不多都是他们偷的所以如果支持我的话，最好就到这几个地方来看吧。你们的点击就是对我最大的支持。另外，微信公众号呢，因为也是没太多时间去打理，所以说也是很久没有更新了。我要想去 copy 很多那种内容也没什么意义不过大家也是可以先关注一下了。我们这边打算新注册一个微信号，会建设的稍微好一点，到时候会及时通知大家的。 啊，对了，那个大家记得来加一下我们的节操群啊，大家一起来调节操。好，最近也是有很多观众来问到底该如何投稿啊，其实非常简单，在这里输入啊76785588@com就可以了，在标题呢记得要描述一下你的那个录像，比如说啊这个100啊10杀之类的，然后在这里当然你也可以直接把你的那个文件拖拽上来啊，我们看一下大概是这样，然后只要发送过来。发送过来之后你看我这边就是能收得到啊，然后你也会收到我的一个自动回复，那就证明是投稿成功了。然后另外是给大家说呀，就是如果喜欢的话，最好是得这个订阅我啊，订阅了之后呢，你会收到提示。一般我视频里面它会有主动那个订阅的提示，然后你们平时看视频最好是进到我的这个视频空间里面来，然后你们可以点像这种播单，就会看到像下面啊，你看我们点一下，就会看到很多这种视频的专辑啊，这个一个是进空间或者订阅这种要快一点，大家很多人平时用搜索的，搜索其实很不靠谱，因为搜出来很少有人会去点那个最新发布，那个按钮也很不明显，特别很多人是在手机上看嘛，所以说这个就更不明显了。这个搜狐啊、优酷、爱奇艺、土豆啊，基本上都是这样。这样的话，你们就可以这个看到这个最新最快的内容啊。就到这里吧，再见。